Welcome to Shanti Botanic. Today we're going to talk about how the entire process works together. We have taken all of the ceremonies and rituals that will start the process, will put you in the process, and will give you an after process. All of this I will walk through the steps with you so that it can make sense on how connecting all of this together will bring you more out of your ceremony or ritual. There's nothing worse than taking the time and investing in a ceremony or ritual only to not have answers, only to not see what you wanted to see or what you could see if you could have connected better. Or the thought that maybe you did not connect enough. Was that the reason you didn't have a sign, or is there no sign actually to see? If you take and you have a beginning to your ceremony, then the ceremony and a follow-up to the ceremony, and you read all three of those separately and together, you are going to get much more answers, much more connection, and you are going to know if you don't see something, maybe it's not yet to be seen. So I'm going to walk through the steps. Each one of these products that you see here, in the product section, there's a video that talks specifically about that product. We also have in the frequently asked questions and answer section a vast amount of information on each one of these products. The Abalone Shell, where it comes from, how to use a scrying bowl, similar to like a crystal ball, the Abalone Shell and stand, white sage, how to smudge, all the steps, all that information is there for you to see. So I'm going to walk through just the steps with you on how you can see how you will get more from this system. So first you start out, you light your candle. Your candle is the centerpiece of your entire seminar, seance, to your ritual, to anything that you're practicing. It starts with a candle. You light it with a match, not with a lighter. The butane from the lighter is thought to have the good spirits get burned away or get diminished. So you want to use a match on any of the items. So really, once you have the candle lit, then you could light your sage. You could light your Palo Santo right from here. You don't have to stand with the match trying to use 2 or 3 matches to effectively light the sage. It's all done with your candle. Plus you're bringing the energy from the candle to those items and vice versa. So now you have lit the candle with the match. You do a candle flame reading. You sit down while you're lighting your candle. You do your mantra. You say what you want to get out of your ceremony that you are doing. At that time, you can do a candle flame reading. In the frequently asked questions and answers, there's a section under candle flame reading. So you can have that section open, and while you're reading your candle flame, see what it means if it's burning to the side, if it's flickering, if it's popping. So when you do that reading, you want to keep your air conditioning off. You want to be able to read what that actual flame is doing. So once you do your candle flame reading, you're getting some affirmation or vision into what's going on. Then you smudge using your white sage, or you smudge using your Palo Santos, and you then do your smudging with your turkey feather. So as you are walking and you are doing your smudging, you are using all and connecting all of the pieces together. Once you finish your smudging, you then do another candle flame reading. You then at that point look and see what your candle flame is doing. You're not just doing the smudging, you are now actually reading the candle flame and seeing if there's any difference from before you did your ritual or ceremony and after. Now, once your candle flame, you're reading, you are done with that, you can then light your incense. You then light your incense, and your incense, if you did the Palo Santos smudge, you use the Palo Santos incense. If you did the white sage smudge, then you would use the white sage incense. You use the candle to burn your incense. The incense can also be burned in the Abalone Shell. Now, with that Palo Santos or white sage scent now still filling up the room, that is keeping you into the mood. You can't smudge with the incense. It's actually from the actual items, but the scent from the incense is prolonging where your feeling is. At that point, when you have the incense lit, you then do what's called a candle wax reading, and you use your scrying bowl to then read your candle wax. When you pour the candle wax into your scrying bowl, you are then reading your candle wax and getting more of an idea and a vision of how your ceremony went. We also talk about what you will see and different things that the wax represents in the video under scrying bowls and also in the frequently asked questions area. So now you have another way of getting affirmation with your scrying bowl. Now, while the incense is still giving the scent in the room, you take your herbs and you take your spiritual salts and you bathe in them. Cold water or hot water will give you two different experiences. But now you are connecting even farther. You can keep your candle burning. You can keep, obviously the scent is still going from the incense. And you can lay in the bath with your turkey feather, with a little bit of the salts and a little bit of your herbs to connect and prolong even more. When you finish with your bath, you can do another flame reading afterwards, and you can read the flame afterwards. You can also do another reading of the wax. So these are all ways that you can get affirmation. Different stages, much different than just smudging. You've got a beginning, you've got a middle, you've got an end. You've got a way of connecting completely. Also, make sure you do not need a lot of the herbs. You do not need a lot of the salts. Just a few in your hand or in the bath is important of what you need to connect to. Like I mentioned before in the videos, when you use holy water, it's the holy water that is important, not the amount that you use. So if you dump a bunch of holy water on you, you're not getting holier or having more of an experience than if you connect with the little bit that you're connecting with. So these are ways for you to use all the products together, to connect them together, and to get a beginning, a middle, and an end to your experience. And in this way, guaranteed to see more, guaranteed to feel more, and guaranteed to understand more. Visit us on our website, and frequently asked questions will tell you even more on each item at shantibotanic.com. That's Shanti, SHANTII, botanic.com.